this is H.M. Ward, a New York Times best-selling author. I've sold over 10 million books, and today we're talking about the last part of the Golden Trifecta, which is the blurb, or your book description. Your book description is the last thing that people look at before they decide to grab the sample. The cover, the title, and the blurb all work in tandem to get people to look at your sample. Your sample is your selling point. If they don't look at it, if they don't grab the sample or one click, you're screwed. And so this is the last part, the last chance you have to really make a case for your book and say, this is awesome, you need to read it now. This is why. Okay, we talked about a hook in a previous video. If you missed that, go back and look at it. You need a clear hook. And you need to make it sound interesting. A lot of people think a description should be a summary. That's totally wrong. Or a description should be enticing, like your hook. It should surround the hook. It should be stuff that makes people want to open the book to see what you're talking about. And it's going to vary by genre and by what's going on now. So let's see. I was telling you that with Demon Kissed, the first blurb I had was about a 17-year-old girl getting a soul-sucking kiss that got screwed up and left her half dead. It also fated her to become princess of the underworld. And you're like, oh my God, that sounds lame. It depends on how you say it. The book, the way that it's written, it's very dark, it's very intense, and it moves pretty quick. Your blurb needs to reflect those things. The description of your book, I'm using those words interchangeably here, it needs to reflect the tone of your book, the pacing of your book, and if it doesn't, if you have this book that is like so dark and your cover is like happy chipmunks and rainbows and your description is like so cool and has sparkles, your reader's gonna be like, what the frack? You attract the wrong reader. You're using these things to pull in the right reader. Yes, you can attract the wrong reader, and no, you don't want the wrong reader. If opposite-wise, if you put up something that looks like a really dark, intense read with a paranormal element and maybe a little romance, and it's dystopian, oh my God, I'd be all over that. And then if you open it up and it's like, you know, The Wizard of Oz, not that that's a bad book, but that wasn't what I was expecting, you're gonna get a bad review because your stuff doesn't match. It needs to match. Make sure it matches the tone and the intensity of the book. Make sure the cover matches that also. These things work together to attract the reader that you're wanting, that likes your kind of book. Even if you're in a niche market that's incredibly small, like I'm gonna say adoption, because that's one of the things that people don't know about and they wanna know about, especially if they're considering it. And the stories that are told from new moms, adopting parents, you want that. You want those, you don't necessarily want the corporate line. You know, you want to hear from people like you. Was it hard? Was it easy? What happened? What was your story? And so people that were adopting children wrote some books, and I saw them they were at the top of the charts years ago, and it's a niche market and it's not that big, but there's nobody writing in them. And people want those books. They want to know what's going on. They want to know what's going on now. And people that self-publish tend to put up stuff pretty quick. New York, quick for them is 6 months to a year. That's not quick. And so somebody that's thinking about adopting a kid wants to know that now. You have other little niche markets like that too, where they're small. And that's okay if you write in a niche market. Make sure your stuff matches and targets those people. And that is my 2-minute tip for today. If you want to know more about the Golden Trifecta in detail, go over to my list of videos and workshops. There's one called Capturing the Golden Goose. It is about sales and marketing. It has intro and advanced techniques, and it goes over these 3 things. Honestly, these are the things that are going to sell your book. They make you or break you. You can have a fantastic book that no one will ever see because one of these 3 things is jacked up. So totally look at that video. I know it's long. You can watch it in segments. You don't have to watch the whole thing at once. It does have breaking points where you can take a break and walk away. And you can watch it more than once. Watch one section at a time, fix your blurb. Watch the next section, fix your cover. And if you don't get it right, it's not the kind of thing that you have to get it right on the first time. You don't have to do that. You're an indie author. You have plenty of time to change things up. And if you don't want to be an indie author and you're submitting to New York, you still have plenty of times to change things up. You don't have to keep querying the same description, the same blurb. You can change things. And I think you should. You want things to be the best that they possibly can be to attract the reader that this book was made for. And so that is H.M. Ward. Hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss anything. And I will be back soon with another 2-minute tip. And have a great day. Rock on, indie peeps. Woo!